So in this video, I want to walk you through the 6 steps to fix potential price alerts on Amazon that have deactivated your listings. We want to get your listings activated again, and so I'm going to walk you through the steps that you need to take to get that taken care of. Now, before I jump into that, I want to walk you through why these listing error alerts, pricing alerts, are even set up in the first place. So Amazon has an algorithm, and they're trying to do as much as they can with an algorithm. And sometimes, algorithms can be tricky and wrong. So Amazon has an algorithm set up to alert them if maybe there's an item that is priced too high or maybe even priced too low, and Amazon wants to protect you and protect the customer from a bad buying experience by deactivating your listings so that you can take the time to fix those pricing alerts. So now, I know it's frustrating getting that email from Amazon or alert that says, this listing has been deactivated because of a high pricing error. I'm like, the high pricing error, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? That's really frustrating, especially when your listings are not live. So here are the 6 steps to go through to get this fixed. Number 1, double check your prices. Maybe you really did make a mistake. I know there was a time where I tried to price a particular item for $32. I accidentally priced it for $321. And so yes, I made a mistake. Amazon found it. If I, didn't go back and look at my own prices, that item would have just sat on an Amazon shelf forever until finally, I would come to my senses and finally check my inventory and price my item correctly. But no, Amazon made sure that that mistake was brought to my attention. So maybe it was user error, and you can go in and fix that. So, if you need to know how to learn how to manually reprice your inventory to fix that, you can go to fulltimefba.com/manual repricing, and I'll walk you through how to manually reprice. So that's the first step. It might have been your fault. You can fix it. Problem solved. Step number 2, if that wasn't the problem. Step number 2 is going into your listing and adding your minimum and maximum prices. Now, this is not a guarantee that it's going to work, but it works sometimes. Say you're priced at $32 and Amazon says that's probably too high. And you think, okay, I'm going to go in and tell Amazon, I want my low price to be $28 and my high price to be $35. And so Amazon now knows what your minimum price is, what your maximum price is. And since your price is in the middle, sometimes Amazon will reactivate that listing and it will go back into your, listings, and we'll be back on Amazon and the problem will be solved. So you can do that right on your price alerts page on Amazon or the manage pricing page on Amazon. So you can do that there. A third strategy that many people find that works is just tweaking your price. Just lowering your price by a penny, raising your price by a penny, either one of those. Sometimes that actually works. It doesn't sound like it should though, but it does work sometimes. So just going in, and if, double checking your price didn't work and adding a min and max didn't work, then the next thing you should try to do is to tweak your price. So tweak your price a little bit, see if that works. What if lowering it 5 cents works and it's active? So try that. You go in and lower your price. Amazon tells you that update will, take about 15 minutes to actually go live. So set an alarm for like an hour later. Go back and check on it and see if it worked or not. And if it worked, great, problem solved. If not, we can move on to step number 4, which is opening a ticket with Amazon. So if you don't know how to open a ticket with Amazon, I have a video walkthrough, fulltimefba.com/open a ticket. But you can open up a ticket with Amazon and tell them, Amazon, I got a high price alert on this item. This is the actual price I want to sell this. There are other sellers that are selling this at the same or even a higher price. I don't understand why there's a high price alert for me. Please fix this problem so that the inventory will go live on Amazon. It will create a better customer experience for Amazon customers to be able to buy this at that price. So maybe that will work. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you might get like a copy paste reply from a Amazon seller rep who's trying to speed through all the list of tickets that they've got on their plate. And when that happens, if you get like a copy paste reply, and it's a copy paste reply because they don't specifically address your issue. They give you like a bunch of different links on other ways that you can fix it. And you know what? If you do try to like follow their instructions on how they're suggesting, go through that process. But if their suggestions don't work, then the next step is step number 5, which is escalate the case to a supervisor. We have a blog post about the magic words to use when communicating with Seller Central. One of the magic words that can actually get Amazon Seller Central to do stuff is the phrase, escalate this case to a supervisor. They know that that means that you're not happy with their service, and they're going to have to send that request to a supervisor. And so you can escalate the case to the supervisor, just request that, and maybe a supervisor will be able to see the big picture, be able to understand the situation better, and be better help to you. Again, sometimes you might get some type of copy paste reply or some type of reply that doesn't work. So if you've gone through all 5 of those steps, you've double checked your price, you've added your minimum and your max, you've tweaked your price a little bit, you've opened a ticket with Amazon, you escalated that case to a supervisor. If it gets to the last step and it still is not fixing, then it's time, and no one likes this step. This is the last step and no one's going to like hearing this, but it's time to just let go and move on. Either lower your price to be able to get the item to be able to sell on Amazon, get some of that capital back, and then reinvest that capital into other inventory that will sell at a price you expect it to sell for. And that stinks. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating, especially after something's been selling well for a while, and now Amazon thinks you're priced too high, but you know you're not. And you even see other Amazon sellers priced higher than you, and it just doesn't make any sense. But continuing to fight this is not the most profitable use of your time. It's just not. It's best to cut ties and let go and move on. Remember, you're not married to your inventory. Sometimes it's time to just cut loose and move on to inventory that you know you're going to be able to flip on a consistent basis. Amazon has a fair pricing policy. When you open a ticket with them, they'll tell you about this fair pricing policy. Because when Amazon looks at the prices of your inventory and they compare it to not only the prices on Amazon, they'll also compare it to prices on other websites. And so maybe there's a time where Amazon is seeing that there's another website that is selling this for a lot less, and yours is, a little bit higher than it needs to be when it comes to trying to be competitive. Amazon wants to be the most customer-centric website on the planet, and sometimes that means that sellers like you and me need to lower prices to be able to just get that capital back so that we have a happy customer because we were able to sell that item at a lower price. And so, we're able to cut ties, get that capital back so we can reinvest it in better inventory. If you want to see the fair pricing policy yourself, you can go to fulltimefba.com/fair pricing and you can look into that. So one more thing to consider, and this is the case when you see that you're like the lowest price and all your competitors are priced higher than you, yet you still have a high pricing error. This could be because in the past you've sold that particular item at a lower price. So not only is Amazon comparing the prices to the current competitors and the current competitors on other websites, Amazon will also compare your price with your pricing history. So if it sees that you've sold that item in the past for $25 and you're trying to sell it for $32, Amazon might be thinking that you're raising your price and not being fair to the customer. So if you have sold that item in the past, you can go look at your previous pricing history maybe and see if you can figure out how much it sold for in the past. And again, I know this is frustrating. I know this final step of just letting go and moving on is not what anyone wants to hear, but that is the best solution at that point. And so let it go and move on. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you want to see a blog post where I break down all these steps and have all the links in this step, in this process, you go to fulltimefba.com/high price alerts, and it will show you all these steps and all the links to help you through these steps. Well, that's all for today. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I enjoyed hanging out with you. Be sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And also, fulltimefba.com. That's where the magic happens, where you get all the stuff, our newsletters, our blog, post updates, new videos, video walkthroughs, coupon codes, free book alerts. We give that all out on our newsletter, fulltimefba.com. Be sure you subscribe up to that newsletter so you don't miss out on anything else. All right, have a great day, everybody. God bless. Bye.